How many of you have ever looked at my channel and thought, how did she become a YouTuber? Why did she become a YouTuber? I mean, I'm not exactly in my 20s, and I don't have crazy skits or stunts and entertaining things to do. So how did a middle-aged PA become a YouTuber? I actually get asked this question quite a few times. And as I was frantically editing an interview to get out for you this week, I realized I'd run out of time. And I thought, maybe I can just kind of share my story with you and give you an idea of what my path has been and how it landed here, which is something I love because I think life is crazy sometimes and you never can anticipate, I think, the twists and turns that are going to come. You know, I didn't even really know what YouTube was until maybe like 5 years ago or so. Well, I mean, I knew what it was. I have a niece and nephew, and they love YouTube and would tell me all the time, there's so much cool stuff on YouTube. I looked at it, and I couldn't figure out what to watch, and why would I watch any of these just random people doing random things and making videos? I didn't understand it, didn't get it. So it doesn't seem like there's a logical connection that I would become a YouTuber. But I need to share a little bit about my story and about the experiences I've had as a PA that kind of led me here. In school, I didn't have a lot of great rotations, I would say, and I certainly didn't have much exposure to different specialties. I had cardiology, I had pediatric neurosurgery, one of my surgery specialties, which was really a great rotation. I had psych, but other than that, like even my women's and children's rotations weren't specifically in like pediatric office or in an OB or a gynecology office. They were really like family practice or health clinics and things. So I had a whole lot of just general family practice, emergency medicine, without a lot of exposure to specific specialties. And so when I came out, it was logical that I went into family practice, tried to find a great mentorship type situation. And so I found a position with a solo physician. I really liked her. We got along really well. It was in a rural practice, and we saw a lot of complicated, sick patients. I had my own patient panel. She had her own. And she said that there would be lots of discussing cases and talking through different treatment options for different conditions. And I think she had the best of intentions. But in all honesty, she was a younger physician herself. She was seeing 20 to 24 patients a day. She was running the practice, and she had small kids at home. And so she wanted to leave as soon as she could in the afternoons when she was done seeing patients, which is understandable. But I felt like I was just drowning a little bit, a lot, not a little bit, a lot. I was working long hours. I was writing way too much in my charts, but I didn't know at the time. I didn't know how to make them smaller. And I struggled there for a year. And then I thought, I can't take this anymore. So I left there and made another brilliant move in my career and started working at an urgent care. Not the best move because, again, I was working pretty much by myself. I didn't have people that I could, bounce stuff off of really and learn from and really help me improve and get faster. Because that was always my problem. It wasn't the medicine. Like I knew the medicine and my patients were well taken care of, but it was just the speed. I could not see patients quickly. And I left the urgent care job because they had a stopwatch on us and they timed our visits. And they really wanted us to be like 15 to 17 minutes per visit. And I was averaging around like 22 minutes a visit. And I just did not see how I could get that much faster. And I didn't want somebody timing my visits all the time. So I left there. And so I didn't know what to do. I'm like, God, I spent all that time and money and effort to go to PA school, and I am just struggling. I've just failed out of 2 different jobs. And I thought, maybe a specialty would be great to work in, but I didn't know which one. And I needed to start working. So I just started working locums. And in the meantime, I started learning about the different specialties, reading things on PA and NP forums, trying to get an idea what people liked about their specialty and what they didn't, kind of, what their duties were. And I wanted a resource. I wanted a book. I like books. So I bought this book, How to Choose a Medical Specialty. It sounds great, but it's written for physicians. There's no books out there for PAs and NPs, at least that I could find at the time, about choosing your medical specialty, as if we don't have a choice, as if we don't have to figure out where we fit in medicine. And so that really frustrated me and bothered me. And I started thinking, I really should research this and I should write a book and give people the resource that I didn't have. So I designed a survey and I sent it out on social media to different PA and NP groups. And I was floored. I had a great response. I got like almost 450 responses from people, and they had filled out a lot of information on these surveys. And so that was great. I took that information, I dug through it, I added other things that I found on social media, and started writing the book. And writing a book is hard. I know that seems obvious, but it just seems like, I wrote research papers. I'm like, if I got all the research together, surely I could write the book. And I started writing the book and I thought, God, this is going to take forever. But in the meantime, this girl who didn't know anything about YouTube kind of discovered YouTube. So my mom's dishwasher broke. And I knew enough about YouTube to know that you could search how to do different things. So I watched a couple different videos about her particular dishwasher and how to fix the handle, which is what broke. And I ordered the part and I followed the videos and I fixed it. And I was so proud of myself. But because I had been on YouTube, I started seeing some videos that kind of interested me, and they give you those suggestions on the side and stuff. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And I would watch a few videos. And then I clicked on this video about this singer. His name is Dimash Kudaibergen. He's from Kazakhstan. He is incredible. And I firmly believe he is the best singer on the planet, technically as well as emotionally and embodying songs. So anyway, you can tell I really love this singer. But that got me watching more and more videos, his songs and then reactions to his songs. And that led me to understand more and more about YouTube. And I started thinking, I'd much rather talk than write. And besides that, I got those responses from people, but I wanted to ask them more questions. So I got the brilliant idea that I could do this, even though I didn't know much about technology. I took a YouTube course and learned how to edit and all that stuff. And I bought this couch. My vision was to have somebody else sitting here with me, and we would just sit back on the couch and talk about medicine and ask all my questions. And so the medicine couch just seemed kind of like an obvious name for it. But I didn't think this through. And yeah, there's people around my city that I could interview, but honestly, I want to interview people all around the country and all around the world, and they're not going to fly across the country to come sit on my couch and talk to me for an hour and a half about their specialty. So I ended up doing pretty much everything virtually, and it's been, almost over 3 years now, I think, that I've been doing the channel. I've interviewed so many people. I am loving it. I love hearing people's stories and learning about what it is they do. When I make the videos, I think about people who are like me, who spent all that time and money to go to PA school and just feel like that they're like, oh my God, this sucks. I'm hating what I'm doing. And does that mean I'm just going to hate my life for the rest of my working career? Or am I going to just dump all of that time and money and then do something else? So I hope, and I've heard from people that it's helped to show them all the different options that are available to us out there. I like to show those cool and unusual jobs that we didn't even know we could do and that I love hearing about and learning about, like working down at the South Pole or working for NOAA or the FDA or for the President of the United States. I've learned so much about this profession that I had no idea. And it's given me such a different view of the profession. And I just think it's amazing to hear people's stories. So my goal is to help people find their fit in medicine, to really enjoy their careers, to be able to craft a career that is on their terms and is what they want to do and that they enjoy as much as possible. Working in medicine today has a lot of things that really sucks about it, let's be honest. But I think if you're in the right setting, if you find what it is that you really love to do and build your career to be what it is you want it to be, then I think that people can be very happy and fulfilled. So I hope that I have a small part in helping people do that. I have a lot of plans for exciting things that I want to bring you in the future. Reviews of books that I think medical providers would really love. Medical tech, I'd love to start reviewing that. I'd love to review different CME conferences. I've started working with partners like CME for Life and Smarty Pants and a few others. And it's important for me to kind of help support those PA and NP run businesses. So I hope you know that when I recommend products, it's stuff that I've checked out and that I believe in, that believe it is good value for you and that will help support other PAs and NPs. And of course, when you use my links or my discount codes, it helps support me as well because this takes a lot of work and a lot of time and a lot of effort. And I won't be able to continue to do it if I can't make some money to support the channel. So thank you for those of you who have used my links and have bought products through them. So if you have something that you want to see or you think would be cool if I could do on this channel, then please let me know. Either put that down in the comment section below, or you can shoot me an email at any time at admin@themedicinecouch.com and let me know what you'd like to see on this channel. In the meantime, you can check out this playlist with cool and unusual jobs, or you can go to the playlist on my main channel page and look for what interests you. I hope you've enjoyed hearing about my story, and as always, take care, stay sane, and I'll see you next time on the Medicine Couch. Bye.